about getting funded with Alpha Futures in 2026? Well, they have massive rule changes, brand new programs, and Alpha Futures has completely changed everything. Today, we're breaking down how funding works at Alpha Futures, the second most favorited prop firm and the third best selling prop firm in April through Prop Firm Match. We'll go through their challenge structure, their rules, and payout policy in the simplest way possible. Now, before we dive in, we're also going to be doing a giveaway, so make sure to stay tuned to find out exactly how to enter. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start with their challenge overview, and Alpha Futures offers 3 programs. Their recently launched premium plan that comes in the path with an activation fee and non-activation fee. We'll talk about that. And also their zero and advanced plan. In this video, we'll be comparing all 3 using the 50K account size. So stick around to see which one is best for you. All right, now let's begin with the newest plans here. Both of these are exactly the same. The only difference is their pricing and their activation fee. So let's take a look at it. You can see they are both one step. For the no activation fee plan, you can see that you're going to have no activation fee, but this plan is going to cost you $135 if you use code match. This is going to be important because I'm going to break something down for you in a second. So with the activation fee plan, it's going to be $149, but it's going to be $67 a month if you use code match. And then after you pass, again, you're going to have to pay that $149 activation fee. So which one of these is the right account for you when it comes to choosing between the two? Well, it just depends on how long it would actually take you to pass the account. Because if it only takes you 1 to 2 months to pass, then this no activation fee is going to be the best account for you. Why is that? Well, both of these are exactly the same. We'll break down the details about these, but this is where these two accounts stand to differ. For 2 months, it'll cost you $270 if you use code match, right? While for this account, if it takes you 2 months to pass, it's going to cost you $283. Now in month 3, if it takes 3 months to pass, then this account is going to cost $405, while this account would only be $350. So which one is best? This is going to be your cheaper option if it only takes you 1 to 2 months to pass. If it's going to take you more than 2 months to pass, and upfront, this is going to be the cheapest one to try. Right? So if you don't pass, then you only pay the $67. But if you do pass, you will have to pay that activation fee. Now that we've compared the two accounts price points, now let's take a look at what the challenge actually offers. So in terms of contract size, they both offer 4 minis and 40 micros. For your profit target, it's going to be $3,000 for both accounts. Your max loss type is end of day trailing, and your max loss is $2,000. You're going to get a 90% profit split and a max payout of $3,000. For these accounts, you do have a 50% consistency when it comes to the evaluation stage, but when you get to the funded stage, there is no consistency rule. So you can get a payout after every 5 winning days of $200 or more. And in terms of loyalty points, you will get more loyalty points with the no activation fee, as it's going to give you 297, and with the activation fee, it's going to give you 148. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the advanced plan. So here for the advanced plan, we're going to take a look starting at the price. The price is going to cost you $118 monthly if you use code match, and you're going to have a one-time activation fee of $149. Now for your max contract size, it's going to allow you to have 5 minis or 50 micros, but you do have to make a profit target of $4,000. Now your max loss type is going to be end of day trailing, which just means that it's going to trail your peak balance at the end of the day. Now for your max loss, you have $1,750 for your max loss, and you will receive a 90% profit split. In terms of your max payout, you do have a max payout of $15,000, and for your minimum payout threshold, you need at least 5 days of $200 or more. In the evaluation stage, you do have a 50% consistency rule, but there will not be a consistency rule on the funded stage. And again, you have to have at least 5 winning days of $200 or more profits in order to get your payout. Now for your loyalty points, you will get 260 loyalty points for this account here. Now taking a look at their zero plan, their zero plan has no activation fee, and it's only going to cost you $101 if you use code match. Now for their max contract size, you're going to get 3 minis here or 30 micros. For your profit target, it is $3,000, and again, this is another end of day trailing account. Your max loss is $2,000, so slightly more than the previous account there, and your profit split is going to be a 90% profit split, with your max payout amount being $1,500. Your minimum payout is 5 days of at least $200, and for this account you do not have a consistency rule on the evaluation, but on the funded stage you do have a 40% consistency rule. And now, in order to get your payout, you need to have 5 winning days of $200 or more profit and a 40% consistency rule being met, and you will receive 223 loyalty points with this account. So now what we want to do is we're going to take a look at all of the accounts and compare them together and kind of help you see which one is the right account for you. So looking at our 2 premium plans down here, we talked about which one would be particularly better, whether it takes you longer or shorter time to pass. But when it comes to bigger payouts and higher max contract sizes, then the advanced plan is going to be the best plan for you. It is going to be $149 once you pass the account, and then $118 to actually take the challenge if you use code match. And it doesn't have any consistency rule on the funded account, but you do have to keep in mind that it does have the lowest amount of overall drawdown than any other plan. Now the 0 plan is going to be the fastest plan that's going to get you funded. So if you want to go fastest route to getting funded, this is the only plan that does not have a consistency rule here. And if you look at the 0 plan, it is a all-in plan. So not only does it have no consistency rule, but it doesn't have an activation fee either. So all in, this is going to be the cheapest plan for you to be able to get, and it's going to be your fastest route to actually getting a funded account. But the cons are that it does come with the lowest amount of contract size, which is 3 minis and 30 micros, and you can only have a max payout of $1,500. So this is going to be for the fastest route to actually getting funded, but again, the lower leverage and the smaller payouts. So when it comes down to the premium plans, these plans are going to fall right in the middle. They have a nice balance of both leverage and price point, and again, the better of the two is depends on how long it's actually going to take you to pass the account. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at some of the key rules that you guys need to know when trading these accounts. So for the 0 plan, it says there's no consistency on the challenge, and all traders' profit on a single day cannot exceed 40% of the total profits on a qualified funded 0 account. For the advanced plan, a trader's profit on any single day cannot exceed 50% of the total profit on the challenge, but none on the qualified advanced accounts. And then for the premium activation and the no activation path, it says a trader's profit on any single day cannot exceed 50% of the total profits on the challenge, and none on the qualified funded premium accounts. For minimum trading days, the Alpha Advanced, it says on the evaluation you have 2 days on the sim funded, 5 days of winning of $200 or more. For the Alpha 0, it's 1 day, and then on the sim funded, 5 days of winning of $200 or more. And then for the Alpha Premium, it is 2 days on the evaluation and then 5 days of winning of $200 or more on the sim funded account. Now for their news trading policy, on the evaluation it is allowed with no restrictions on all accounts. For the sim funded, on the advanced and the premium qualified accounts, it is allowed with no restrictions, but on the 0 qualified, positions can be held through the news, but no trades may be executed within 10 minutes before or after the high impacting news. It says the first violation is a warning only, and the accounts are retained, but the profits on the trade are violated and the payout denied until the next eligible date. Subsequent violations after warnings will lead to a breach of the account. In terms of their EAs, it says the use of AI bots and any other automated trading mechanism is strictly prohibited across all account types. Semi-automated trading, signal-based indicators is allowed as long as the trader manually places, monitors, and manages all trades. For copy trading, it says it is permitted for a single user across their own accounts. Use your smallest account as the master account to avoid complications. Alpha Futures is not liable for any issues arising from copy trader softwares. That is very important. Now, they do have an all or nothing policy. It says all or nothing practices are prohibited, and average trade duration consistently just opening and closing positions less than 2 minutes to make profits without any plan. That is prohibited. So they also prohibited gambling tendencies or account rolling. It says taking max leverage positions with no plan, no stop loss, and hitting max loss on the account, then buying more accounts and repeating the process until a trade hits. And they also said tick or micro scalping trades less than 10 ticks or less than 2 minutes. And again, they have more prohibited strategies if you guys want to go down and click this link here. For their price limit trading, traders are prohibited from trading any product within 2% of the CME price limits. And then for their drawdown adjustment rule. It says withdrawing all of your profits after your trailing balance has been adjusted to the account balance will lead to an account closure. And then finally, they have an inactivity rule. It says trading platforms archive trading data after 10 inactive trading days. To keep your account active, you must place at least once every 10 trading days. Now let's take a look at the reviews for Alpha Trader. Now they have 47 reviews, and on their rules, they're rated a 4.4. On their customer care, they're rated a 4.7. On their user friendliness, they're rated a 4.6, and for their payout process, they are rated a 4.7. So David here rated Alpha Futures as a 5.0, and he said Alpha Futures has honestly been a really good experience for me so far. The whole process from the challenge to getting funded was smooth and easy to understand, and the rules actually make sense. I also had a payout approved without any issues, which gave me a lot of confidence in the company because not every prop firm handles payouts fairly these days. The dashboard is clean, execution feels solid, and their support team is always quick to reply whenever I needed help. I also like the community around it, especially on Discord. Overall, I've been genuinely satisfied with my experience, and for me, it's definitely one of the better futures prop firms out there right now. David's top firm aspect is the website, and his least like aspect is the price. He rated them as a 5.0 for user friendliness, for payout process, and customer care, and then a 4.0 for their rules. Irish has rated Alpha Futures a 5.0 and says, with this prop firm account, I made my first withdrawal. It was all very simple and intuitive. The zero accounts rules are very well suited for a beginner trader. Highly recommended. And you can see here that Iris got her first payout. Congratulations, Iris, $450. Absolutely amazing. So finally, it's time for the instructions for our giveaway in this video. And here's exactly what you need to do to enter today's giveaway. First, like and subscribe to the channel, and second, comment which Alpha Futures account type you would pick and why. That pretty much wraps up today's video on Alpha Futures and how their funding works. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content just like this. And remember, if you want to enter the giveaway for the free challenge accounts, make sure to follow the instructions we gave earlier. For now, we'd like to thank you so much for watching, and as always, thank you for choosing Prop Firm Match.